One challenge for many of us is how do we get through the day making sure the choices we make about eating are much more in line with our long-term goals and our health goals rather than how we feel at the moment, what we're motivated to eat at the moment. I know I'm probably really bad about making a meal plan for dinner for the week. Wednesday night comes and that's not what I'm in the mood for. So it's really important for us to try to be more aware of how our feelings and urges and cravings kind of influence our food decisions. And a lot of that is very normal. That very basic part of our brain receives reward signals from things that are pleasurable, like food, because it's a necessary part of life for us to keep eating, to maintain our function. So there's this high reward system that triggers us to feel good about what we're eating, especially if it's a food we really like. So a lot of that's very normal. But if we're trying to balance our weight health over time and on a daily basis, it's really necessary for us to try to find a way to overcome that or just find a way for our bodies to kind of work with us rather than against us in that way. So I find it really helpful each morning, because you know what your day probably is going to be like. Do the kids have soccer? Do you need to go to the grocery store? Do you have tons of meetings? Or you just didn't sleep well last night, so today's not going to be the best? And just each morning, kind of list out just your overall plan of what you're going to possibly eat. Like for me this morning, looking in the fridge, I don't have time to make a whole lot. It's going to be Greek yogurt, cashews, and berries for my breakfast option. For lunch, luckily, I thought ahead and kind of roasted some chicken and veggies real quick. And my lovely husband is going to bring it to me at lunch because I didn't leave myself enough time for it to get done. And then for dinner, planned ahead for like shrimp, veggies, and a little bit of cauliflower rice. Trying to be healthy, right? And as you go throughout the day, it can be helpful too to plan snacks. So since it was Easter, I have hard-boiled eggs as my snack option. Now, does it necessarily mean I'm going to eat all of that today? Yes or no, right? Because those are my options to eat throughout the day when I'm hungry. So it doesn't mean that because I planned a hard-boiled egg at 10 o'clock, no matter what, I'm going to have a snack because it's snack time. It just means that when I am actually hungry for breakfast, I have a planned breakfast option. And I'll only eat as much of that that's available to satisfy me to where I can keep going through my day. If I do get hungry for a snack, I can have a hard-boiled egg, or maybe I'll have the Greek yogurt and cashews because I hadn't quite had time or wanted to eat my breakfast yet. So having a meal plan for the day kind of allows you to be flexible and have those choices made for you ahead of time before that like emotional stressed out brain kicks in and is like, what am I going to eat right now? Because I haven't planned anything. And then that's probably what's going to lead us to go through fast food or the gas station or the candy jar at work. So try and have a predetermined plan of foods that you like and will enjoy and actually look forward to eating, but are reasonable enough that you're going to be able to make that work within whatever you have in that day ahead of yourself. So if you find this helpful, or if you just want to practice, in the comments, think it through. What might you think about eating throughout today, or maybe through tomorrow, and see if you can follow along and see if that helps you go throughout the day and make those good choices rather than be tempted in the moment when that part of our brain that really just wants to feel good rather than make good decisions for us takes over.